دكيري أولا ديمقراطي كما يجركم زمتنا إيرتراسني بزعمنا ديمقراطي هتقلل مش بقى أولا ديمقراطي كما يجركم زمتنا إيرترا فوكس كوينهم مارتين استزاربوا حجور كم صار كوين هذا قالكم because نعطي متحازي تسرح بقى أبنى لهم أجندة تاعي مارتين لوثر كينغ مارتين براود زمخرو مخري زعززهم جمت كول سلو اسمع هذا نقدر نحترنا قدني بغناتهم نفلتينا مارتين تيريتريا فوكس كم زقواتات زلو بتكسات كم زنقرون حبت حقوس كم زيزو إريتريا فوكس تما كم سفلتو تشيرمان حبت حقوسيو ناتي السناز بهات ميديا لما نايت بورد شيرمان السيو أفتي شيرمان بار السولو دكتور أراد بسالو سارة دكتور سارة أوبالا ده اوف كورس بيتروس فاكيوكيس اليوم أربعة اللي قلت لكم سارة دكتور دبساي أراد بساي of course أربعة يوم بيتروس بهالم my brother بيتروس and then زودزي هابتحقوس أربعة يوم ما أفتلو في إريتريا فوكس أجيني إريتريا فوكس شيرمان السيو هابتحقوس نعرف في جينا تغلى لا دما السيو عليه زوزانو مبار زودزي دايركتلي مس أوروبا يونيون يسرح مس إنجلاند منقستي يسرح مس أمريكان يسرح مس إندومنت فور ديموكراسي زبال بحر مس بعر مارتين يوم لما تسرح مالتي سلازي اتميديا ناتاتهم تعسلنا خوين غلط عنك صراحة دماز إززو مارتين يوسوس خفلهم إلى إذا من أنا هراينا بال حجي أغرب لكم تايو مارتين أبناء إريتريا تأجمد for democracy Martin Pla speaks at Building Democracy in Eritrea Conference London 2009 بزعبة ديمقراطي دعليلو والله ساكو الناس يكن بتعمل important نقدر كنقرأكم يا جماعة إن إحنا نوديكم موز فيديو السوق زتزاربهم زربا أبصرح أو إلى موكم زرلو أنا بمرجع كنقرأكم
yeah, and suggest a way forward. Just to sketch very briefly the context, and it's one that I'm sure that you're all very, very familiar with, which is there is no context. There is almost no coverage of Eritrea in the international media.
international media see Eritrea والحنتي زعبا الزرب نقريلا أي سرحنا بسرح قالك الزرب اللي يزنقروا من دول أفتنا ديمقراطي كواي مخنات ورقت هاي نقروا من دولكم نزكواي بنمنا قريلا. Okay, let's go.
I mean, when I looked online on the 28th of March this year, just a day taken at random, there was a nice story about Eritrean cycling. Isn't there always a nice story about Eritrean cycling? And you guys are really good at it. Secondly, there was actually a good story, which was, well, a good, interesting story, which was about a surface-to-air missile bound for Eritrea being found in Ukraine.
ميسايل بومبا نافير تراز غيدي قال أبي يوكرين ترخيب اللوز بالورة قالوا نوعو كم يجرنا نلعب له كذا مليش كم يجر كم زحسوي
which I knew nothing about, I must say, until I looked, and an absolutely useless story about a Japanese Eritrean delegation to Japan, which told you nothing.
Japan زغبرتور كبنا إريتريا ولا حنتي ولا useless.
By comparison with Ethiopia. As a result, the coverage on Eritrea is very slight. And after all, why should you go and report Eritrea? If I was trying to sell this to an international media editor, I'd have to say, well, the country's actually at peace, so what's the story? Secondly, there isn't a great economic story. There's one mine that's of some interest. Hey, what are you going to talk to me about? There's nothing to say. So why are you paying a lot of money to go to them when African Republic? They also don't get covered. So you have to fight for your coverage.
እንታይ ለክ ዛረቤን ፎሬነርስ ይዝብሎስ ከመገረን ኤርትራ ከቃልዓፍ ተዘይ ሚዝና ገለመለ ስለዚህ ክንምህዝ ኣለና እቲ ነገር እቲ በአፍ ክዛር ኮሎ ድማ ስማዕኩም
Now, having said that, I think that there are things that can be done. Let me just go through them very quickly. The first is we need to
ዝግበር ነገራት ይሕብሮም ኣሎ ቀዳማይ
watch what is actually being covered. We need to see what is happening and take account of this, because that gives you clues to what might happen. And they also unearth the journalists who are interested.
منهم صفو زلو مجمرة نعوم كنري على زعما إرترا بعد منهم ده كم يجركا كم تسرح كم يجركا كم تملسلو ما عندهم ما بيكم زلو كنفلت الخير هراي ده بعد من كيوم تم ساتهم نعتاتهم فرات كمان حدا نقري بقوم جركا بروباغندا تسرح كأنه okay all right let's keep
Now, the Eritrea Focus and Europe External Policy Advisors, EPA, already listed. Now, the Eritrea Focus and Europe External Policy Advisors, EPA, already do these lists, but we don't combine them. Why not? Seems a bit silly. We should be cooperating and sharing information, not duplicating each other. I think we could also share the journalists that we know who are genuinely interested. And let me give you an example. Tom Gardner writes for The Economist and The Guardian. Very nice guy, knows his stuff. Unfortunately, he's away at this right now, which is a pity. And there are a handful of other people who basically pitch stories to them that we know about and get on with. The second thing is one needs to know about the specialist journalists, because there are people who are, let's say, take the mining sector, who specialize in mining, and Eritrea has got a mine, it's got potential for other mines, therefore that the generalist journalists generally get their tips for good stories. Journalists are very...
Slavery, of course. mining industry, slavery نزيتا شو نكيركا نتو غازيتنياتا تنغرو بوكيركا دماتا ساراجي
They have already been here and they've been covering about it, and we can then feed things in. We need to make the news, and this is not to make the news. And we need to in our environment, but we should think about it, and we can then feed things in.
Yeah.
We need to make the news. And this is not as difficult as it sounds, but it is really important. Let me be honest with you. Another drowning in the Mediterranean is not news. It is not news. It's a tragedy. It's sad for...
Okay, but tragedy in Ber were honors. That's the point.
Let me give you a couple of examples how we can do this. There was once a very small Jewish community in Eritrea. Very small. There might even be 1 or 2 Jews left. I've no idea.
One.
Okay, there's one.
يقابل والله تري والله هم هذا يهود ويكلتا يهود سخونوا بإرتراني رب بلانو هذا يزل يربولو
Great.
إرتراويانهم سمعوهم زل
Why don't we find that person's family in France or Italy where they are? You make the connection. Okay, London, fine. I don't know where they are.
ስለምንታይ ናቱ ፋሚሊያታት አፈረንሳይ ናብ ኢንግላንድ ናብ ገለን ዘይን ደሪ እሞ ዘይን ረክብ
Have you sold that story to the Jewish Chronicle? Exactly. Why
ሓደ ታሪክ አውጪኻ ንጂውሽ ክሮኒክል ትሸጠሎም
not? Jewish Chronicle is a one-celled organism. They love news about Jews. Go and find them. Tell them the story. It's really easy.
ባትሪ ወለኹም ዝሬሲስት ዝህልን ዝበለ ሳውት አፍሪካ ሬሲስት ወደ አፓርታይድ አይሁዳውያኑን ከማን አይፈትዎም ጸለምት ግደፎ አይሁድ ሲፈቱ የሞረ ብዛዕባ አይሁዳውያን ሞ አምጽኹም ይለጥፍሉ ኣብ ኤርትራ ሓደ አይሁድ ነርስ ከም ዝተገይሩልካ ገለ መለፍ ፕሮዲስ ክበር ወረ ፋብሪኬት ክበር ኢዝሎም ዘሎ ነገር ኣብ ስራሕ ደው ኢሎም ናው ኮስደኩም
They'd love you. If you want a British angle, what about Eritrea's religious groups? Bring them together, have a meeting with the bishops in the House of Lords. Right? The bishops are there to serve every religious group. Although they are only Anglicans, their duty is to serve every religious group. Get them together somehow with the Anglican Archbishop in the House of Lords. All the Christian newspapers will pick it up.
مزوم كريستيانات الراخو وما اشتبتهم ناتكم قلتات مزوم نا انجليزاوي الراخو ولا مال دارا كلهم نا انجليزاوي انا اشتي انا لازم الشرش بزحات الشرش بزح نقر قوي بزح كبسنا زلو بقى ورك متيو تمالتي زلو زلو اب ارترا خمس كبرالو ابالوت ورا okay
It's a good story. These are not difficult. So you're manufacturing the news, but you need to think of the angle. Do not go and have another demonstration outside the Eritrean embassy unless you're going to burn it down, which I didn't.
You manufacture stories. Manufacturing fabrication. ኣብ ኤምባሲ ኸይድኩም ከተቃጽልዎ ተዘኾኑ ናብኡ ትኺዱ ብሎም ኣሎ ነዚኣ ጥራሕ ከስማዓኩም they manufacture hasu
Do not go and have another demonstration outside the Anglican Archbishop in the House of Lords. All the Christian newspapers will pick it up. It's a good story. These are not difficult. So you're manufacturing the news, but you need to think of the angle. Do not go and have another demonstration outside the Eritrean embassy unless you're going to burn it down. It's difficult. So you're manufacturing the news, but you need to think of the angle. Do not go and have another demonstration outside the Eritrean embassy unless you're going to burn it down. It's difficult. So you're manufacturing the news, but you need to think of the angle. Do not go and have another demonstration outside the Eritrean embassy unless you're going to burn it down.
لكن أبدا ما بتناتاتو ميديا أصلا ناجرو بتاع نقرقرو كم إرتراوي نقرقرو قبرالو سو تابانديرا جيرو تابانديرا كل ساعتهم تقولوا.
Good afternoon. My apologies for addressing you in English. My friends, it is an honor to be here. It truly is. And, you know, the one thing that is...
أغنفون كريكم تروح دينيهم برا بزيتا سمعوا دينيهم كنت بانديرا already organized هنا نقدر كم يجروا ساتومني أتوه
نعنا زملكت وي نحنا نملكت وزبلة نما يتقلوا مدبنايو نزي ميت نزي زر ربك حقس قايش نعدمينا لومون كم كل شيء قاشا حيزمت يله قاشاي إرتراوي أيكونن جن عركي إرتراويان عركي إرترانيو ጋዜጠኛ ማርቲን ፕላውት መብዛሕትኩም ትፈልጥዎ ትኾኑ ማርቲን ዓርክና እዩ መቃልስትና እዩ እዚ መደብ እዚ ከዓኒ ንዕኡ ንምፍላጥ እቲ ሓሳባቱን ርእቶታቱን ብዛዕባ ኤርትራ ንምፍላጥ ዘዳለናዮ መደብ እዩ ኩልኩም ክትምሃሩሉ ንማርቲን ኣፀቢቕኩም ክትፈልጥዎ እዩ ተስፋና ሰናይ ምክትታል ኣብዚ ዛዕባና ብዛዕባ ርእቶታቱ ከምቲ ዝበልክዎ ኢና ክንዘራረብ ብቋንቋ እንግሊሽ ክኸውን እንዳተሓጋገዝና ክንትርጉሞ ኢና ቅልል ዝበለ እንግሊሽ ክንጥቀም ኢና ብዝተኻእለ መጠን ከምኡ ኢና ተባሂልና ዘለና ደጊመ ሰናይ ምክትታልኩም ይዕድም ይቀኒለይ Martin, it's an honor to be hosting you. It's a bit daunting, but it's still an honor to be hosting you.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming. I was explaining to our audience that this will be about getting to know you a bit more, getting to know and learn about your journeys that has brought you here to us I introduced you as a friend of Eritrea and a friend of Eritreans, and you've been a great friend, certainly.
قلت نبجح لحال يريكم يزلو بقر اتحسوت حسوز ولو امنتاي جيرومو امنتاي ابصراحه الى دما نوكاتي.
There is hate speech against the Tigrays, the Wiyanis, and all this nonsense.
بارتري والله نتغراي تلي كم سرعه hate speech نسبه تغراي يقبريو افت فيستيفالات ولا
which I would describe racist.
In fact, racist. كم صعدا نسألي من لكم عينة discriminate يقولوا من بقى indiscriminately نزخونة تقرأوا يقولون.
Yeah, absolutely racist thing. And then there's of course have shared that document extensively. We even share it with Ministry of Defense. Because if you look at the document, you can see Eritrean paramilitary brandishing guns. To me, they look guns.
Paramilitary in Eritrea city, polishing guns. نزل مسارع كتري وقلتات لو قلبلتات عفتت عيشو مكبري. ريحو fabrication مالتي. manufacture كبروا زلوم زلوزي عفتي نا إريتراوان وعلاتات كم سرعة مسار حتات يمروا ممنتون قولوا كم يجيركا بوليش يقولوا ميجيركا تسرية قلب لما له إذا لما Ministry of Defense نجيرنا إنا لكم بدنا بinformation على الناكاوش تبع.
In some of the festivals in front of children.
أو كده بقول قولوا أو كده بقول مع نت مسار حتات لو تتات يقولوا يريقوا
You know, you can see some of them wearing Eritrean army uniforms.
Na army na Eritrea uniform gerom duma yira'u kaliom.
Yeah, and it is quite scary. No, this isn't a festival. You know,
Ami zafre after festival.
You go there, if you see as a kid or even an adult, somebody brandishing a gun.
Adult kwenka guns polish kagabir masarih indhariha cool wulu.
Well, how can you call that we have reported it to the Home Office in the UK. We have reported to the Metropolitan Office, and they have the full documentation. Reported to the Metropolitan Office, and they have the full documentation. So we have reported it to the Ministry of Defense.
A Ministry of Defense report gerna lana. United Kingdom Police Department gerna lana. After ከተማታቱን ጌርና ለና ራይዶ ዶክመንትስ ሂብናዮ ማለና ብለኩም አሉ ጽሒፎም ሂቦም አሉ ፋብሪኬት ገይሮም ማለት እዚ ሕጂ ዝነግረኩም ዘሎ ነገር ብጽሑፍ አቅሪቦም አሉ.
We have reported it to the Home Office in the UK. We have reported to the Metropolitan Office, and they have the full documentation. We have even gone as far as the Welsh government.
Na Polish government ኩሉ ኸይድና ነጊርናዮ ማለና ብለኩም አሉ ፖላንድ. No, Polish is well, whatever. Anyway, okay.
What is the Welsh government? The Scottish.
Welsh is well. Welsh and Scottish.
Government, the European Union. It's gone really as far as we can, including the States Department.
European Union as far as the State Department United States of America እዚ ፅሑፋት ዝፅሒፎም ሂቦም እዮም ረኹም ብፅሑፍ ቀሪቡ ማለት እዚ ዝብሎ ዘሎ ጠቕላላ እዚ ድማ እቲ ናይ ረፊጂ ጠቕላላ ናትና ረፊጂ ሓላፋይ ኦኬ ልክዕ እቲ ማርቲን ፕላውት ዘምህሮም ዝነበረ ኣብ ስራሕ ውዒሎም እየ ዝብለኩም ዘለኹ ደቀር ካልእ ኣኾነን እምበኣር ደቀረ እቲ ትምህርቲ ናብ ኩሎም ከይዱስ ጄኖሳይድ ተባሂሉ ሬፕ ተባሂሉ እንታይ ዘይተባሃለ ኩሉ ነገር ሰሚዕኩም ኣኹ እዚ ኩሉ ኮኦርዲኔትድ ኮይኖም ዝተፃወቱ ፆታይ ዝተማሃሮ ስራሕ ኣውዒሎሞ ካብ ኤሪሳት ጀሚርካ ኩሎም ካብ ኣሰና ጀሚርካ ክሳብ ዝረኣኹሞ ኤሪትሪያ ፎከስ ዝበሃሉ ንረፊጂስ ሪፕሬዘንት ዝገብሩ በዓለይ ሳጀሩ መፃወቲ ናይቶም ወየንቲ ተጋሩ ኮይኑ ከም ዘሎ ፍሉጥ ኣብዚ ድማ ሓደ ብኡ ዝመፀ ከመይ ንሓስኻ ምዝራብ ንህዝቢ ምስንባእ ንገለታት ስራሕካ ከይትሰርሕስ ስኢልካ ምሕሳብ ምቕዳድ ከምዚ ዓይነት ድማ ስሚዕና
እቲ ዝተዓለመ ዕላማ ተሃሪሙ ድዩ ሳዕቤናት ናይዚ ኩናት እንታይ ዝመስል ዝብሉ ነገር ምርኣይ ፅቡቅ እዩ ሕጂ ብሰለስቲኡ ሸነኽ ወይ ብሰለስቲኡ ግንባራት ኣብ መጀመርያ ናይ ወርሒ ሓደ ቀዳማይ ሰሙን ናይ ወርሒ ሓደ ብሰለስቲኡ ግንባራት ነዚ ኩነታት እዚ ዝግምግም ዝተፈላለየ ገምጋማዊ ኣኼባታት ተኻይዱ ነይሩ እዚ ሕጂ እዚ ምዕራብ ኢልና ንፅውዕ ዘለና ብብሪጋዴር ጀነራል ኢዮብ ወይ ሓሊባይ ተባሂሉ ዝፍለጥ መራሒ ናይቲ ግንባር ዝተገብረ ገምጋማዊ ፀብፃብ ነይሩ በቲ ደቡባዊ ግንባር ንብሎ ከዓ ብብሪጋዴር ጀነራል ተክለማንጁስ ዝምራሕ ማለት እዩ በቲ ናይ ምብራቅ ብሪጋዴር ጀነራል ኣብርሃም ወይ ከዓ ሕፋን ተባሂሉ ዝፍለጥ በዞም ሰለስተ መራሕቲ እዚኦም ተመሪሑ ብዓቢ ብናይ ምክልኻል ትእዛዝ ዝወረደ ዝተፈላለየ ኣጀንዳታት ዝሓዘ ዳርጋ ናይ 2-3 መዓልቲ ዝኸውን ገምጋማዊ ኣኼባ ከም ዝተገብረ እዩ ዝግለጽ ኣቐዲሙ እቲ ሪፖርት ናብቲ ምክልኻል ዝበሃል ክበፅሕ እኳ እንተፀንሐ ኣብዚ ግን ብጭቡጥ እንታይ ኢና ፍሪና እንታይ ኢና ዓዊትና ወይ እውን እንታይ ኣኽሳራታትና ዝብሉ ክግምገሙ ከም ዝነበሮም ርኦም እዮም እቲ ገምጋም ተገይሩ ማለት እዩ ስለዚ ካብ ዝነበሩ ኣጀንዳታቶም ሓደ ንጹር ዝበፅሐ ኣኽሳራታት ብህድኣት ወይ እውን ብግቡእ ምግምጋም ዝብል ነይሩ ተኻልእ ምስቲ ፌደራል መንግስቲ ዝነበሮም ውህደትን ምትእስሳርን እንታይ ይመስል ነይሩ እንታይ ክሰራ ነይሩዎ እንታይ ኣወንታ ነይሩዎ ዝብል ክርኢ ነይሩዎም ብሳልሳይ ደረጃ ኣብዚ ክልተ ዓመት ንዝተኻየደ ውግእ ሰራዊት ኤርትራ ብንጹር ስምዒታት እንታይ ነይሩ እዚ ኩናት እዚ ቅቡል ገይሩ ድዩ ከይድዎ ወይስ ብካልእ መልክዑ ዝግለጽ ነገር ኣለዎ እዩ ዝብል ክርእይዎ ነይሩዎም ካብኡ ሓሊፉ ምናልባት ኣብ ዝተፈላለየ ኣጋጣሚታት ብናይ ስለያዊ መልክዕ ይኹን በቲ ናይ ግንባራት ስለያ ይኹን ዝተወስዱ ስጉምታት እሞ ዘብፅሕዎ ክሳራታት እንድሕር ኣሎ እዚታት ናይ ምርኣይ ገምጋማዊ ኣኼባ ነይሩ እዘን መጨረሻ ከዓ ብሎጂስቲካዊ መልክዑ እንታይ ጉድለት ነይሩ እንታይ ሓያልነት ነይሩዎ ዝብሉ እዚኣቶም ንምርኣይ እዩ እቲ ገምጋማዊ ኣኼባ ናይ ሰለስተ ግንባራት ተኻይዱ ማለት እዩ ስለዚ በቲ ስጋብ ሕጂ በፂሖሞ ዘለዉ ብደረጃ በትሶም ዝኣመንሉ ማለት እዩ ምናልባት እቲ ክውንነት ካልእ ክኸውን ይኽእል እዩ እቲ ናይ ክብለጠቐን ፍልልያት ክህልዎ ክእል እዩ ግን ስጋብ ሕጂ ብደረጃ ናይ ምክልኻል ተበፂሑ ዘሎ ፀብፃባት ስጋብ 35,000 ዝኸውን ናይ መስዋእቲ ክሳራ ኣጋጢሙ ከም ምዃኑን ስጋብ 49,000 ዝኸውን ናይ ፎኩስን ከቢድን መቁሰልትን መጉዳእትን ከም ዘሎ እዩ እቲ ፀብፃብ ዝሕብር ዘሎ ማለት እዩ
ኣብዚ ዝሃብካዮ መግለፂ ዛርጋ እቲ ዝበዝሐ
እምበኣር እቲ ኩነታት ደቂረ ብኢንስትራክሽን እዮም ዝሰርሑ ኢኹም ኢንስትራክሽን ከም ስርዓቱ ወሃቦም ኢንስትራክሽን ከም ትፈልጥዎ 1 ሚልዮን ዝኣክል ሰልዲ ኣለዎም እዚኦም ካብ ኤርትራ 800,000 ዝተዋፅእ ኣሎ ገለ 250,000 ገለ ካብ ካልእ ዝተዋህቦም ኣሎ ቅድሚ ሕጂ 4 ሚልዮን ድማ توسخوهم كاب أمريكان government بهاد بحاطيرو لها 5 مليون إندستري هم تسمى له 3 شيء زأخلو تقادلت زوافوري قالت كما سلوكم بتسلت مسوي على تحاويس 3 شيء زأخلو نيأكل تقادلتي كدانهم سنكم كله 5 مليون قرش يروم يستانس كوين كن ولا حتى كان تكتب لهم مش إريتراويين in any case أنت كما يجير كاكم زح السوزة مهارم ماسترهم ماستر مارتن بلاود أبصراحة كما يجيرهم كم زوالو حبار كوينهم يزنقركم زلهم زي in whatever way it grabs you it's up to you. I'm just coming here with some information that impresses me that I feel like sharing with anybody. If I feel something is important to me, I think I feel like sharing it with other people, no matter how they feel about it. How it grabs you is your story. But to me, I'm trying to show you the consistency of deception. Chain hizism at the Kavlal Tahti, that Nagakuru, therefore. بهم قالوا من إريتريا أزيومات كعمايو defense mechanism قلنا نبران إريتريا سو إن كان بتصدق تعرفون يا بحجي بصراحة تسفان قبل دقيقة مو أبزق فوقكم السلام ترعاهم like subscribe مقبارا يترسوا I'll see you in the next session dudes